Hey, good evening. Grandmaster Jerry Fastly Fontaine is here, and I want to talk about a few issues. And I might as well start off with a little bit of wisdom there doing her cameo. So, let me address really quick those of you who have asked for video footage. There were a bunch of people who came to the tournament that was supposed to be doing media. One in particular is Paul, forget his last name, that has pictures supposedly from back in the day, and he trains with Masuko. So Paul, well, I told you, whatever you shoot, please send it to me. Because otherwise, why the hell were you there for free? I don't need nobody taking pictures and videos for themselves and then say they're media and then, otherwise you're robbing me. I don't like the idea. Just the idea about that drives me freaking crazy. If you was there as a photographer, send the freaking pictures. If you were a photographer and you made a deal with me, stay, do your deal. Give me my cut. If you was there to be a judge and you came with no uniform, and then when I was calling for the judges, you was hiding, well, that's only going to happen one time, because the next event, that's not going to happen. In addition to that, we had 6 rings. We didn't get a chance to do all the rings, which is fine, but it came down to there was people who were there who I believe walked through the door, said they were judges, and the fact is that we already had all our judges established, more than enough. I had 40 judges. I think about 35 of them came. But when I asked them to come with uniforms, they made believe like they never heard me, which that in itself is insulting. And in addition to that, when we were looking for judges, they were hiding. And some walked in like, oh, no, I don't really want to judge. And why the hell are you freaking there? Like, guys, please understand this. I made a commitment to make sure I give you the best service possible as a promoter, and I gave away more money than anybody has ever seen in the 40-plus market, and that's just the honest truth. You go to the Diamond Nationals, and I'm sure they didn't get $300, and that's the grand champion, so to speak. And that's the reason why I was inspired. No one asked me to give away the money, but I was inspired to give away the capital because I knew most people didn't expect it, and it was the right thing to do. Now, I hooked up as many people as possible, meaning everybody. Everybody got at least a $25 discount at the very least, and then in addition to that, a lot of people got over saying that they were judges. There's no black belt list. Like, there is no list. That's not something that's going to be tolerated in the near future. We have more than enough people who did the right thing, and I was giving black belt discounts anyway for entry. But when it comes down to it, why do I have to be at the mercy of people who get in for free when other people paid? When it was all said and done, I ended up having to owe people, not people, the location. And it's just the honest truth. So it's come to my attention that a bunch of you guys came in to do media and never sent me a damn thing. So please do the right thing. I don't want to have to embarrass you publicly, because I'll do it. And it's not the right thing. Those of you who said you're going to be judges, that's not going to happen. I'm going to have all the judges established beforehand, and they're going to be on the list, and they'll come in uniform. Otherwise, they're not going to be judges, and I have to pay entry fee, and then get pissed off, and then leave. I don't give a fuck. Did I say that? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You can't get over on me. Don't do that, guys. With my good intentions, I did the best tournament possible, and it was phenomenal. People had a wonderful, wonderful time. But when I started, and it's been a few weeks now, I'm backtracking and I'm like, wait a second. I saw those people there with cameras. Why haven't I gotten anything? All I'm looking for is the raw footage, because that day quite a few people backed out in the last minute and other people stepped up. So I appreciate all of you guys who stepped up. But the get-overs, in other words, the hood rats, you're going to have to stay away. Don't. You're not gonna be able to stick me up again. It happened one time, and it's my fault. I did it with good intentions. I was not at the door the entire time. So when I was at the door, I was hooking everybody up. So more than enough people competed for free. Now no one's gonna compete for free at all. The Karate Illustrated rated competitors already got recognized, and they did compete for free. If for some reason you was Karate Illustrated rated and you haven't competed, so I do owe you one, I'll still stick to that. Because to me, you guys are pioneers and legends that really deserve it. But that doesn't mean that I have to be a support system all the time, right? I mean, mean, realistically, the place wasn't free. But it was a phenomenal, incredible event. 99% of it was phenomenal. The 1% is the people that can't help themselves. They're just low lives, you know. And I'm saying it like that. That I'm a low life that educated myself. You understand what I'm saying? I raised my standards because I'm as hood as anybody. I'm freaking still in the goddamn boogie down Bronx. You know? So that being the case, guys, please do the right thing and everybody will be happy. You got over the one time, no problem. Next time, pay at the door for what would be your cut. And I'm happy. I'm excited. There's people right now who literally have changed their lives for the better because they are pursuing something that they love. Now, in addition to that, if you see that photo up there, I went all the way to Brooklyn today, and I met with the gentleman who exposed me to what would be the Super Patches for a second time, even though the first time it was James Sisko. However, Soki Hassan's colleague was the one that followed up. That being the case, I went all the way to Brooklyn to get this one here, which is called Ignite. I'm fat, and I'm only eating one meal a day, sometimes two.
3. Oops.
Fake news. Anyhow, and then the Freedom Patch. The Freedom Patch is for people who have chronic pain. There was a lady that asked me today about a particular nerve illness that people have, starting with A. And on the top of the list, they said it was arthritis. And they actually listed, if you go to the site, it lists arthritis as being the number one because they've had these independent case studies to be able to eliminate the pain. Not to what you consider cure, but to be able to help you deal with it. So the Freedom Patch, if you see in the photo there, and also Ignite. I'm going to take the Ignite personally so I can turn around and lose some more weight. I still have the Victory and the Liberty Patch on. I did another test with another person with the balance, and it worked out well. So I'm excited about that too because people are absolutely getting, some great results. So that's Sifu Jose Sanchez, and that's Soki Hassan Khalik, and that's us in Brooklyn. And it took me quite a while to get there. My intention is to help people perform better. My intention is to try to lead by example. My intention is to motivate people, but also giving them a platform for them to be able to shine. So I am looking at doing the tournaments from coast to coast for next year, and I'm sure some of them are going to be challenging because not every region is going to be as supportive, but when it comes down to it, I'm looking at helping people not only live longer, but perform better. So not just having the tournaments, not just having the rules that we're consistent, that are consistent with what we believe are points, but also with the nutrition. Now, this nutrition, I should say, this wellness, because it's not nutrition, it's not a food, it's not a medicine, it's topical. There's a bunch of videos that you see there where I've had Shihan Rocky as an example. She's overwhelmed and excited because she was able to do a horse stance and a Zenkusudachi front stance that she hasn't been able to do for quite a while after having 4 seizures. I should say not seizures, I keep saying that. 4 strokes. Then we had another gentleman by the name of Melvin Bennett who had 5. And these people, if you see the videos down there, they are doing phenomenal. And I'm excited about it. So, again, I would rather focus on all the good things. And the tournament was wonderful. For those of you who came and did the right thing, thank you very much. For those of you who came and got over, never again. It's not going to happen. And I'm the wrong person to do that to because realistically, I did this with all the intention with no budget. So to get ripped off and I had no money, that's not a cool thing. And if you entered to the place saying that you was a judge and you came with no uniform and then you didn't even judge then you are get over. And I would not have you invited to these events. So as soon as I find out, I might make a list. Or maybe we'll see what happens on February 7th. Maybe I'll give it one more shot. Yeah, I'll do the Christian way, and I'll do that. Whoever comes on February 7th, do the right thing. Now, the pre-registration is real, guys. October 31st is the deadline for what will be over $1,000 of value. I've added interviewing whoever's going to pre-register to compete. It's $100, and that's normally what you pay $99 for an annual NASCAR membership, and all they give you is count the points, and I think they give you a certificate. I don't think you even get a patch. So in this case, you will get the membership, will count your points, and you'll get rated, which helps with the seating, it helps with the nationals. But in addition to that, you're also going to get the entry fee to a tournament, February 7th most likely, and that will include 2 divisions. So that in itself is worth more because one division is $100 at the door, which I suggest you stay away from the door. Or maybe I'll do like what Sifu Raul said, only do a pre-registration, which I was attempting and I got away from it. But, to have the mess at the door, I'd rather have less people pre-registered than to get ripped off at the door. So I'm making that executive decision. So it'll be pre-registration only, hon. The only thing that I'll allow on the front door will be spectators, and they'll just pay more at the door. So that's the way we're going to keep it. So pre-registration for the competitors only, and then at the door, we're going to have the additional, what would be, fees. Spectators, you're not watching a bunch of little kids. You're not watching, you're looking at pioneers and legends. You're looking at a quality of martial arts that does not exist any longer, so it's not what you would consider regular. February 7th, 2026, meaning next February coming. And quite a few people have already said yes, that they're going to come. And I do not want that to continue to be an ongoing thing. In other words, if you're supposed to register, don't wait and say to me after the date, oh, I'm going to register, but let me wait a week. I'm not doing that. I can't. I hurt myself too much, and there's no need for that. We want to run this as smooth as possible. There was about 50 things that I wasn't happy with, and one of the things I was happy with was at the people who came. The Toki Hill came from Ohio. The Alberto Pena who came from Arizona. The Jose Jordan who came from Florida. The Tommy Chan from Florida. The Jetta Queen Connie herself, Francis, who came all the way from Virginia. And all these other people. And what's the difference? It's not a bunch of little kids that they coming to watch. So they coming to see the Derek Williams and the Jonas Nunes that might compete in some of the tournaments, but they see the Javon Holmes, who hasn't been around for many, many years. Even Crew Willie doing Kung Fu. We had more Kung Fu stylists than I've ever seen at a tournament besides it was a Kung Fu tournament. Sifu Raul Ortiz didn't get a chance to compete, but his student won the division. And I'm so excited for these people. People who haven't trained to compete in 10, 20, 30 years, and they came out and performed. And that's my whole thing where, there's a lot of martial artists. Like I said before, a martial artist to me is like someone in the military. But if you don't see what would be active duty, that means you're not a competitor. And if you're not a competitor, then I don't really respect you as much. If you're a freaking judge only and I've never seen you fight and compete like a lot of guys, I don't really respect you. I'm telling you straight up. In addition to that, if you compete and you placed, then to me, you're part of special forces. You're actually placed. But if you win, you're a sniper. And that being the case, everyone's goal is to be sharp, precise, and on point, and a sniper. So I have people who are judging who now say, I'm going to compete. I have people who did forms who are going to say now, who said, now I'm going to do fighting also. And the bottom line is that you should be leading by example. And leading by example from the sidelines is not what the hell I'm talking about. If you can't compete people within 5 years of your age, then there's something wrong with you. And I say it straight up. There's something wrong with you. I lead by example. I'm 59. I beat kids that are teenagers in their 20s and 30s, and I haven't been in shape. I'm in better shape now. So all I'm saying is that stop being full of shit. I just say that. And start performing. And for those of you who think you're authorities, April 19th, 1976, I started training. I started competing at Black Belt Men in 1982. I got rated by 1983. So my pedigree is there, and my results have been there. And a lot of you guys who claim that you've been around forever as a damn judge, I got an elephant's memory. I don't give a damn about being a judge. If you haven't competed, I don't respect you the same way because you have not proven it, period. And if you still are using the excuse-itis of not doing it today, I don't respect you that much either. I respect the 71-year-old lady who has 4 strokes and still competed. No excuses. 71, 4 strokes competed. 4th stage cancer, still competing and winning. Those are my heroes. Anyway, on that note, I appreciate your time, and if I offended anybody, that was my intentions, because some of you guys are really disrespectful in a quiet way, passive aggressive way. Thank you for watching. ABC. and I was not even. I guess I had too much energy. It's not letting me log off. That is Soki Hassan Khalik there on the top, and I got to call him right now because it's about that time. And now it's giving me slow connection, honey, and it won't even let me disconnect. Wow. For those of you who have questions, yes, we just put a new song out. Hon, can you see if we can get the power off there?
Okay.
Let's see.
When you exit, when that goes away, then you press finish.